The British Superbike Championship is now the hardest fought domestic superbike series in the world. With top names and works bikes to rival the World Championships, it's a hard place to race. We're used to seeing the fast guys come through the yellow-plated privateers, seemingly as if they're from a different planet. But don't be fooled, these guys are racing too. If you look towards the back of the paddock, you'll find the more modestly turned out teams and our Claire.
Well, away from all the big hospitality units, you will find the privateers. There's some serious talent round here, and be assured the competition is just as ferocious as it is with the factory boys. The difference with these guys is they pay to be here rather than being paid. What goes into setting up a team like this for an event here this weekend?
Well, we normally start on a Thursday by leaving home and making our way to the circuit. I've normally worked that night on nights because that's what I do for a living, drive trucks. So we sort of leave on a Thursday as early as we can to get to the circuit to get set up and basically sort of get ready for the Friday morning 9 o'clock, 3 hours of unofficial practice.
Just clarify the differences between the factory bikes and the privateers. Obviously there's a big difference in horsepower and some of the parts you can get hold of, isn't there? Yeah,
what it is, our bike is an over-the-counter bike. In other words, you buy the bike, then you buy a kit which is called a standard race kit, and we build ourselves a bike. I mean, this bike stands us at around about £36,000 to build it this year, a new R7. It's basically a very competitive bike at privateer level.
Do you find it fairly frustrating that you're not going to be up there with those factory guys? And what do you see for the future of the Privateers Championships?
Yeah, from a personal point of view, I mean, it is very frustrating. You know, there's guys out there, Paul Brown, John Crawford, Steve Plater, that were all 600 competitors when I was British champion doing that. So I know the ability is there to run with those sort of guys, but it's difficult to stay with them just because of the machinery difference. So yeah, it does become frustrating. But I think anybody that's, you know, looking on, they know that. Where it goes in the future, it's difficult to know. At the end of the day, you need a grid of 32 motorcycles to make an entertaining product for the spectators. So I don't know, because you're not going to get 32 works machines on the grid.
Do you think there'll be some changes next year?
Well, yes. I mean, the championship is changing at the moment from a sport based on amateurs to that based on professionals. And I think everybody's got to be very careful that we don't go the way of football, where money talks and anybody who hasn't got it can't compete.
It's a tough job. I mean, I remember it in the dim and distant past, finding sponsorship, keeping sponsorship, new ideas and the like. It's a bit of a nightmare, isn't it, for a privateer?
Oh, certainly. I mean, sponsors are hard to come by, as you know. We're trying to sort of hit things with a different approach, and one of the things I've always done in the past is try to get the best out of the machinery and spend all your money on the bike. But way things have changed, sponsors want to see a bit of glamour and a lot for their money, so we try and put a good show on as well. So, you know, it attracts big crowds, and some of the top guys in the paddock have come round at Silverstone and actually said we had the best hospitality suite in the whole paddock.
Now, in terms of financial support, it sounds like you're doing it for the love of the sport more than the financial rewards here.
Yeah, that's right. We all love the sport, the sponsors, the mechanics. We all enjoy racing, and as you say, the financial side isn't there for us. So you have to be happy with what the setup you've got, and as long as you keep that in focus and do that to your best of your ability, then hopefully you won't get too cheesed off.
It's better than working for a living.
Dave may be the lucky one. Most of his colleagues have a day job too, but superstardom may just beckon. The privateers play an important part in racing, but it's the headline names the fans flock to see. Neil Hodgson is in top form and started from pole position at Oldham. James Toseland is the only happy Honda superbiker, while Chris Walker and series leader John Reynolds wore uncharacteristic frowns. Hodgson, Hislop, Walker and Hayden are on the front row. Hands up, who's going to win? Right on. Right on. Absolutely stunning performance from Neil Hodgson in front of James Hayden and Steve Hislop. They're the podium boys. Walker, Reynolds, Mackenzie, Tozen and Crawford all wonder how Hodgson did it.
I can't believe it. I said yesterday to the team, I said, imagine coming from last and winning. And we all laughed, you know, and it wasn't planned, you know, I just stole the bike. I couldn't get the bike into neutral. And that horrible feeling when I realised what I'd done, you know, I knew the race, I thought was over.
Walker thanked the heavens for that performance. Another stunning performance. This time Hodgson only finishing second behind Walker. Reynolds, Hayden, Hislop, Tozen, Crawford and Paul Young round out the top 8. What a race day.
It said +0 on my board the whole race, and I couldn't do any more than I was doing. The bike worked so much better. We just made a couple of tiny little changes and transformed the performance. I could just be so much more consistent, and that'll do for me.
Indeed. Talking of transformations, just take a look at the championship. Hodgson now leads overall by 6 points from John Reynolds. Walker's up to 3rd, while James Hayden suffers in 4th. Steve Hislop is 86 points off the top, but if his form continues to improve at the rate it is now, he'll be a challenger by round 12. John Croxford leading the privateers battle took another nasty turn at Alton. It's now only 20 points. Dave Hills smells blood. Gordon Blackley can only watch the action from 3rd spot. So after 14 of the scheduled 24 British Superbike races this year, Neil Hodgson has hauled himself to the top of the leaderboard. Round 8 is in Scotland and we'll be at Knock Hill to capture the action for you to see on Wednesday the 16th of August at 10:30 p.m. That's on Sky Sports 2. Don't forget the back to form Hislop will be on home soil. British Superbikes could move into another dimension. Then on the following Wednesday, we round up round 8 in our full throttle programme, again at 10:30 and again on Sky Sports 2. You'd be mad to miss it.